In Voidling Bound, you play as a monster. It's a third-person shooter, but you don't really need guns because, you are a monster. Anyway, to keep it simple, picture something like Ratchet and Clank, except you're not the guy holding the gun, you're the monster doing the damage. Then you mix in a bit of Spore because you evolve that monster down different paths. And a bit of Pokemon because you're always chasing stronger versions and stranger variants of it. Put all that together, and it lands somewhere closer to an RPG, where you're not just picking a weapon, you're building one. I really like this game. But like always, there are going to be reasons you might not, and I'm never going to just sell you my own opinion, so I'll take you through both sides. The first reason to get it is if you're the kind of player who loves customizing weapons in a shooter. Your monster is basically your gun, and you have a huge amount of control over how it fights. You can take one creature and build it down two completely different paths. One makes it quick and agile, darting around and wearing enemies down from range. The other makes it slow and heavy, the kind that soaks up damage and hits hard up close. It's the same creature, just a completely different way to play it. And the best part is, it actually feels impactful. You feel that difference the second you're back in a fight. On top of that, the combat itself just feels good to play. Movement is smooth, hits land with real weight, and the build you've made genuinely shows up in how it plays. Like, take one of your abilities and make it area-based, then watch it go off and clear a whole group at once. When a change you made yourself feels that destructive, you kinda want to go find the next fight just to use it again. Third, the missions are short and sweet, and the loop around them is simple. You're based on a ship, you drop onto a planet, you do your thing and grab the resources and eggs you need, then you head back to the ship to pour it all into evolving and upgrading before dropping straight back in. You're never sinking an hour into one objective, so you're quickly back to the part you're actually here for, tweaking your monster and trying the next idea. It keeps the pace high, and I love that. And the fourth reason is that all this experimenting actually has somewhere to go. There's an endgame where you keep descending into tougher and tougher runs, pushing your creatures further each time for bigger rewards, or backing out to keep what you've earned. So if you're the type who likes perfecting a build, you get a real place to see how far it can go. Quick thing before I get into the downsides, if you're into this kind of game, subscribing means the next one actually finds you. So who is this not for? The big one is story. This is a very gameplay-first game, and the focus sits almost entirely on the combat and the building rather than on a deep narrative. So if you mostly play games for the story, this probably isn't the one for you. It's really made for people who like shooting things and tinkering with builds and trying stuff out. The other thing is that the missions can start to feel a bit repetitive after a while. I personally don't mind it because I'm there to try different monsters and see what my changes actually do to them, so the sameness kind of fades into the background for me. But here's the catch. Not every build is equal. Some monsters and ability combinations end up a lot stronger than others, so part of that freedom is also finding out which ones pull their weight, and you'll hit some that just feel weak. If you want every option to be viable, that's worth knowing going in. So that's both sides. Voidling Bound is a shooter for people who love building their own weapon, except the weapon is alive and you raised it. If that idea makes you lean in, you'll get a lot out of it. If you came purely for a story, you'll feel what's missing. There's a free demo if you want to feel it for yourself first, and your progress from it carries straight into the full game. If you want more games in this lane, there's a card up there for one I think you'll like. I'll catch you in the next one.